Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a ScrawlrBox unboxing. This is the April 2018 box. I'm not super late on this one. I back ordered it. I was not quite subscribed in time to get this one. So as you can see, it came with a Artline pencil pouch that opens two ways. Candy as usual, a mapped dust-free eraser, a regular pencil sharpener, some paper, and what I was most excited for, the Derwent Graphitint pencils. Now, I decided to order this one from the previous box's shop on ScrawlrBox when it became available, partly because I was really excited for these Graphitint pencils. I've been wanting to try them, and I'd been considering ordering them, and then I saw that they were in this box. And I saw that the print is from one of my absolute favorite YouTube artists, Graphitint Art. Go check her out. And I decided, like, that alone makes the price of this box worth it. And then I even got £2 off because I was already a subscriber, and they do that when you go and order a past box during your subscription time. So that's awesome too. So I went for it, and I ordered it the day that I got my notification that the June box had shipped. So this was actually in my mailbox the day after the June ScrawlrBox was. Even though it's the April one, and I'm recording this in July. Whatever. So anyway, my box did not come with the information card or the sticker. Hey ScrawlrBox, I like my stickers. And I believe that's because it is a back-ordered box and it wasn't actually shipped out in April. Which is fine because I have watched some videos of other YouTube artists doing this box, so I do know that the challenge is take flight, and I also know that the paper that was included is not the greatest for wet techniques, so I decided to use my own paper. I pulled out a half sheet that I thought was watercolor paper, and I guess I wasn't paying close enough attention because it turns out it was my Canson XL mixed media, which is fine. It does handle wet techniques a lot better than the sketch paper we were given, but there was a little bit of warping because it's not watercolor paper. So if you can notice some warping in the end and you wonder why I used different paper and didn't pick watercolor paper, I thought I was using watercolor paper. Yeah. So since the theme is take flight, I decided to do a hummingbird. I've been wanting to do a hummingbird and terrified to do a hummingbird because I want to make it look realistic, but I'm not so great with drawing individual feathers or wings or bird feet. And so it was nice practice, nice experiment. I started off, as you can see, by rubbing the tip of the water brush pen I'm using on the tips of the Graphitint pencils, picking the pigment up that way and using it like a watercolor. After I get all the base color down the way I like it, I did go in and sharpen all of the pencils to a finer point and put details on, just straight pencil down to paper. So while you're watching me draw, let me talk about these pencils, because that's the whole reason I went back and ordered this box, was to get the pencils and the lock reprint, but mostly these pencils. We have 6 colors. These are graphite drawing pencils that are tinted and water soluble, as the Graphitint name might suggest, tinted. We have number 11, Ivy, which, as you might expect, is a nice middle shade green, almost like a dark olive. We have shade number 5, Shadow, which I would say is pretty close to a teal. It's a little more on the blue side than a true teal, but that's what it is. Shade number 20, Midnight Black. It's a nice soft black. It's not the blackest of blacks, but it's definitely blacker than, say, a charcoal. We have number 3, aubergine. In North America we call that an eggplant. So it's a nice deep, rich purple. We have number 22, cloud gray. Now this pencil looks like it should be a nice metallic silver, and I kept expecting a metallic effect every time I used it. Not that I wanted a metallic effect, but it just like, well, sure, the barrels of these pencils are metallic silver, but even just the graphite lead in this one looks metallic. But it doesn't go down metallic, it is actually gray. And last, and perhaps actually least, number 24, white. This is a pretty darn useless pencil. Maybe if I was drawing on dark paper, this would do something. But on white paper, it does absolutely nothing. You can't see it there. It wasn't doing much for blending and mixing with the other colors. It doesn't really blend on top of the colors, wet or dry. Doesn't do wet on wet, doesn't do dry on wet, nothing. It doesn't layer on top to add highlights. I used it to burnish in a few places after I discovered it wasn't making highlights, but yeah, pretty darn useless. Now at this point in the video, I'm almost done with the water techniques part, and I'm about to move on to dry techniques. And this whole time, as I was getting pigment off the pencils with the water brush pen, I was test swatching and getting rid of extra pigment and whatnot on a spare little scrap of paper, and I noticed that as I was wiping the brush onto the tips of the pencils, I was getting a lot of splatter. And you know, I've seen this splatter technique done to do backgrounds in so many other pieces, and I always think it's cool, and I've never tried it. And here I was doing it accidentally, so I decided that that would be the background for this piece. So coming up pretty quick here, you're going to see me splattering on top of all this. That's what I'm doing, that's why I did it, and yeah, I like it. It turned out well. So we're almost done here. As per usual, I will leave all of my social media links down below. Feel free to come follow me, subscribe if you liked what you saw, and share your art with me wherever we both are. Just tag me in it, send me a message, whatever, send me a link. I'd love to see it. I'm considering, if I can get enough people doing it, featuring other artists in end cards. So yeah, if you want to see that, start sharing your art with me. And I'm gonna have a Redbubble store up soon, if it isn't up already by the time this video goes live. So feel free to let me know which of the works I've done you would definitely like to see as a print or t-shirt or any other merchandise, and I will try to make that happen. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.